SS, and what's up, what's happening, my dudes? We are back. It is about 5-ish. My apologies, homies. I had to make sure that I showed love, bro, because I wasn't gonna put out that short tomorrow, bros. I had to put it out today because the hoaxster, guys. May he rest in peace. The audio was back. Washalo, Cuba Rude. Canna Daddy, what's up? Moon, what's up, dog? We're hoping that Moon isn't colicky today. Cause I am a real American. Yo, Al, what up, man? This is about 5-ish, dog. Robbie, what's happening? Yo, what up, Fuel? We just cruising, dog. I hope she takes us to the BBL playground, bro. Ay, ay, ay. Let's get it, homies. Dudes, just so you know, those of you who were here and saw that a net was broken, this is the net that we had at the house, bro, that I was telling you guys about. It was taken out of the tavern. Please tell me, do you want to use the maps? Pues a huevo que no, they don't tell me that they don't ask me. So, check it out, bros. This is the Frable net that I was telling you guys about. Apparently it's got freaking heat shrink in there, whatever. So it's got this little handle right here, dog. And then you can forearm grip these fools. But the problem is that it does not extendo out. So I have to lay down right at the boat in order to get these fish. But it does collapse. It's all cool. But we've had this one for a while. But once I got the Ranger, I was utilizing this one. But once I got the Ranger, now I'm like 40 feet above the water. It's a little harder for me to do my thing. GM, you are back. Dressed like April O'Neil. Dang, I'm not putting her in there with unlimited, bros. Because that fool is just gonna, he's just gonna get stupid, bro. I'm not setting that up, bro. That's a recipe for disaster. That's what I'm talking about, GM. It's a different setup. With a kayak, okay, cool. I can use that net. But on the Ranger, dog, I gotta lay over and... Hey. Don't you try and bird's nest on me, player. We got a little bit of a breeze. Old school. What up, my dude? That's what I'm saying, bro. It definitely needs some kind of extendo. But it's one that I used on the kayak. It's amazing on the kayak, dudes. Because you don't got a lot of room on the kayak, so you just kind of fold it up. And then after you fold it up, you just do your thing. When you need it, you just pull it out. Whatever. Just have a waterside chat. Have a waterside chat with a 30-pound catfish. I don't want to have that chat. I just want to not have it. I would much rather never have that chat. All right, guys, so we have zero game plan. We just came out here. We just felt like we'd come over here. This is potentially an area where you could get a BBL. Hopefully, a BBL plus. Remember, guys, we are looking for a 6-pounder. If we catch a 6-pounder, we will pay out a $125 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card to a random person in the chat. You know how we play this game. That is the BBL bounty, the BBL plus bounty. But first, we gotta find her. We gotta find that BBL plus, but the bounty is out there. These fish here have been a little harder to get to bite. GM is thinking not. Well, GM, you are probably wise not to do the kayak. But yes, sir, GM, that is why I am late to the lake, because I had to release a short that showed our appreciation for the Hulkster. Brother. What you gonna do when the Hulkster comes for you? We got the news when we were live on the Rodcast this morning, and we were not happy about it. We just dealt with it. Colin was the one brave enough to break us, or break the news to us. Basically break us, but brave enough to tell us about the news. And may he rest in peace. I don't know who this musician is that you reference, Al. I'll just assume that it's cool music, bro. I don't know for a fact. I'll just assume that it's something cool. Who knows? Man, those are some noisy osprey babies up there. Kimbo Slice. Oh. The Street Fighter Kimbo Slice. Street Fighter turned MMA dude, I believe. I don't think he did well in the MMA, but that was weird. I'm getting in the grass. So I think that's good. GM said that's 5 more wins than he would have had. It's very quiet, bros. I mean, you guys are chatting it up. But me on the boat, I'm a little quiet. Am I dazed? Am I confused? Maybe. My brother called me. I didn't answer it. He called me a couple times. He wanted to talk about the Hulkster. And I was like, if I talk to this fool, I will never get out on the water. I would probably still be talking to him right now if I had answered the phone. I'd be like, yo, dog, I'm about to get on the Rodcast. Yeah, wait, but remember, wait, and then wait. And I'd be like, dude, I'm a little busy. Yeah, wait. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's happening, guys? Yes. All right, so there's grass out there. Looks like hydrilla. I don't have maps in the front, guys, so I'm just kind of going off of feel and memories. Oh, another update, guys. I don't know if it's true because we've getting from UPS and FedEx, and Unlimited has been wanting to deal with postal employees in a certain manner. We don't condone it, but he has his own manner in which he would like to deal with them. But we got an update that potentially the ionic battery might show up tomorrow. So if the ionic battery shows up tomorrow, we will be back to full health-ish until we get silver looked at. But we can be a lot braver at that point in time because, that was weird. We could be a lot braver at that point in time because we can see how much battery there is. We don't play this guessing game where we're all like, I think I can go another 3 hours. And then next thing you know, no, you can't, my friend. But tomorrow I will call the vet and see what the schedule looks like to see if I can leave silver at the vet. But then that means we're gonna have to use our Chevrolet legs for a little bit, I think. So I don't know, dude. I don't know if it's coming. I didn't really check where it was coming from. I just got an update that said, yo, your package is scheduled to be there tomorrow. I was like, what the heck? What package are you talking about, bro? And I didn't know because remember, we're still waiting on our maps and stuff. So we're waiting on our maps. So I was like, oh, cool. Is that our maps? And it wasn't. So anyways, Malaysia, bro. Yeah, that's why that battery is cool, Snizook. Though I think most of them, like, I think Lithium Pro now has a Bluetooth setup as well. But that's why that battery is cool, because you can check on it and be like, yo, how much juice you got, dog? And it'll be like, I got about this much. And I'm like, that's cool. And then you go from there. So I'm a fan of ionic batteries, but not to say that they are not without some fault, bro. As they sent me back my battery, and it just kind of died again. So, I mean, we're all human, no big deal. All right, that's an abrasion. So I ain't really tripping. I'm just glad that I had the second one, because that second one was critical in order for us to continue on. So the two that I owned had never given me a problem either, and then it did. But again, as we always keep it real here on the channel, the second time around, after I told them, I was all like, yo dudes, this is having a problem again. They really didn't give me any fuss. They were just like, all right, send it back and we're gonna waive the shipping cost. I was like, all right, cool. So it wasn't, you know, too crazy to get our, well, essentially work hours worked on or replaced or whatever the deal is, because I don't know what they did. I don't know if they had intended to replace it or whatever. I will know when the battery gets here, and if I see it and it's all old, then I'm like, oh, that's my battery. But if it's brand new, then I'll be like, oh, that's a brand new battery. What's this 50 amp hour, dog? What are we talking about here? 50 amp hour? All right, guys, I have to have a mic off moment, so enjoy staring right at the sun. That's kind of cool sometimes when you want to go blind. Yo, Jay, what up, dog? What's happening? All right, I'm a little hung up right here, guys. We will go and get my bait. I think I'm stuck on somebody's line. Skip pues, bros. Everybody's line is down here. Crappie fishermen. Los crappie fishermen. Look at this. I got some kind of neon line right here. Sorry guys, I have to undo this mess here. Que pues, crappie fishermen. Might as well cut this in two. Let's just hope I don't cut my line. Okay, cut the blue wire. In this case, the extremely bright other wire. Washaloo! We defused the bomb, guys. The bomb has been defused. Crappie fishermen did not get the best of me. I'm over here fighting BBLs, and now I gotta fight crappie fishermen. Que pues, guys. We're on the same team. We're on Team Fishermen. But you guys are always trying to hold me down. All right, guys, if you were wondering what that was, it was all that line right there. Here we go. Here we go. Some snagless jigs. Well, how many times do crappie fishermen break off in a regular of crappie? That's what I would like to know, so I could see how frustrating that would be to just be fishing and then, broke off. Broke off. Broke off again. At that point in time, I'd just be like, you know what? I am switching to FC Sniper. Rob, at times it is. At times it is the Catfisher or Catfish Anonymous channel. Sometimes it's the We Ain't Seen a Fish Just Yet, Rob channel. I mean, I ain't concerned about catching a fish. I'm just here trying to catch one. Because remember, guys, we are in search of the 6-pounder. Water temp says 91.3 degrees. I don't plan to, Doug. Canadaddy, I do not plan to get a 36-pounder, but you never know what the day holds, bro. It's just kind of whatever. I'm going to throw a deep diving crank over here for a second. After maybe a couple more casts of this jig. Where is my shaky head? I still have not gone to get shaky heads from the GTO. Procrastination, I believe, is how it's pronounced. Oh, did that help you out there? I felt like a little nibble. But a little nibble means nothing. Did that help you out there, Al? It is 91.2 degrees water temp. Air temp, I don't ask that question. Now we can go back to the scene of the crime where we caught that catfish. I don't think that it's gonna be there again, or maybe it is, and it's just like, give me another shot at that fool. I will take him out. Maybe, I don't know. We definitely need to get some water, homies. I think I got water in the boat. The moderator wasn't there when I left, so I think I still have a gallon here. If not, we're just gonna have to start drinking lake water and see what happens. Here we go. Stuck number 2. This better not be another crappie fisherman. I don't think it is. This one felt more rockish. We are in 10 feet of water. Hey, Snozook. You haven't been around for a little bit, dog. I caught me a topwater fish. Just FYI, dog. I hated it. It stabbed me in my finger. It sucked. Okay, we got grass. It sucked, Snozook, and that is why I have this little sonic band-aid, because I got a topwater treble to the finger. How do you like that? Goods. I'm not exactly sure where that location is, but as long as you're happy wherever you're living, dog, that's what matters. Now, I don't have maps back here, guys, or up here. So it's pretty stupid. I mean, I guess one could just go attempt to buy some from the GTO, but if they were supposed to come in this place, Guntersville is massive. These guys will tell you probably about 70 miles, and then they will quote you so many miles of shoreline and this, that, and the other. I don't know all the stats, but it is definitely massive. Krill. How? I was unaware that you could count that high, Krill. What's the deal, dog? You have impressed me today, Creel. You have shown great potential as you can count or write a number of 69,000 acres. I am impressed, Creel. Dang, you used your toes, bro. Oh, man. Now I am even more impressed. All right, guys, let's move. This didn't pan out right here. That's okay. We're going to move. He used his toes, guys. What was that? Is that a dragonfly? Is that dragonfly landed on me? Where is it? I don't hear him anymore. See on my back. Tell me if there's a dragonfly on my back, guys. No? Okay. This map stuff is really making me mad. Okay, I'm gonna outsmart the maps, guys. Let's try and outsmart the maps. When I go past something, I'm gonna throw little waypoints to show me stuff, and then I'll be like, I'm building my own map lines. Washalo, super genius. ¿Qué hubo, man, Tony? ¿Qué pues? Yo, man, Tony. We're chilling, dog. Just FYI, if you want to check part 1 of earlier today, dog, there is a 36-pound catfish that was caught. Accidentally, of course, because we're not looking for it. But anyways, let's cruise, homeboys. Fancy a net. Get down. R.I.P. to the GOAT. You are correct, man, Tony. Hulksters! Don't have Mountain Dew, bromance, because if you had Mountain Dew, then you would end up not being able to sleep tonight. I think it's bigger than a Zami's catfish, bro. I don't think we ever weighed Zami's catfish. We never weighed Zami's catfish, dog, so I don't know. I can only tell you that we weighed this one and it was 36 pounds. It was like 18 inches. What are you talking about, bro? $18 inches. This catfish was like 42 inches or something like that, dog. But again, we weren't after a catfish. We just happened to catch one. Over here in the hopes that this area has grown some grass, like the area where I caught that catfish. I'm gonna see if the grass has increased here. Ah, mother, son of a gun, bro. That hurt my finger. And if you guys don't know why I am crying about my finger, I took a topwater treble to the hand. It went straight through. It basically sliced right next to my fingernail. We won't cry about it too much. Just a little bit. All right, guys, let's check it out. We are in 8 feet of water. Apparently the boat is going to turn, but okay. So that direction. Hey, bro. Depth is now 7 feet. I feel like I am too far in this mess. So let me check the water situation. I do not know why you guys are facing in that direction. That's a weird direction to be facing. Let's check if we got water. Oh yeah, we got a gallon of water. We might live. This water is a little bit toasty though, but it's all good. We're gonna live. It's like having a spot of tea. That's all. What the heck? That stuff is toasty. And oddly enough, there was a section that wasn't toasty. It was almost cool. Or I'm losing my mind. One or the other. Hey, que pues, sin fronteras. What you do out there, dog? Did you get some walleye? Did you get some walleye, bro? Bros, the chat is going. It's going crazy. "13-inch saugeye and a 32-inch flathead catfish, 15 pounds. Washala, bro. I guess it's a catfish day. It might be a catfish day, dog. Hopefully not here. That's a little one. That's a little one, guys. He was a little one. Jumped out right in front of us. No big deal. Just a little Juan. Puro little Juan right there. We ain't worried about it. But we know to just slow it down a little bit. What's up, Jonathan? What's happening? It was just a little Juan, vato. Puro orale right there. We ain't worried about that guy. I'm just slow rolling this worm through there, guys. There's some grass and rock. Hey, Jonathan, when did you say? I think you said like 5 o'clock is when it opens. Does top of the river always open at 5? Or is that like only weekday hours? And I know you don't want to talk shop, but I was just wondering. Watchalo, bro. My watch told me that you sent me some emails. A ver, let's see what's going on. No BBLs today, dog. Just a big catfish. I mean, we've caught other bass, but nothing to write home about. But let's check out Sin Fronteras fish right here, guys. Let's see what the best way to do this is. I'm trying to get out of this grass. All right, guys. And again, if you guys want to send pictures and put some shine on your fish, all you got to do is send them to latinbassassin@gmail.com. So let's see if this is good right here. That is the Saugai or Sauger. I don't remember what it was. Maybe they're the same. Who knows? And then this right here. Bro, that's like the twin of my catfish. This right here is the catfish that he caught. We're twinning, bro. We will put shine on it, even if it's somewhat rudimentary. Jonathan said he skunked out. Yo, that happens, dog. But this is the place to come to tell the truth, dog. And that's what we appreciate here. People keeping it real. Dude, so when I got to the Chante, also known as the house, the moderator had told me about a different conversation that she was having with somebody on the phone. And so, probably from my older heavy days, one of our couches has a, what do you call it? It has a tear on the back cushion, right? And it was from a furniture store, a nationwide brand, or a nationwide chain of furniture stores. And for the time being, we will allow them to remain nameless. But they have this sort of like insurance plan. And it's all like, okay, if you're, who's turning the camera, bro? That was probably me. This Nationwide insurance brand has this thing that was all like, yo, dudes, if you get this insurance, then if something happens to your furniture, then we will fix it and whatever. So it ends up that she calls them and tells them, hey bros, there is a tear on the couch. And then they're like, all right, send a picture, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And then they look at this picture and then they say, oh, well, you know what? It is torn at the seam. So we don't cover that because that's a manufacturer's defect. And it's like, are you kidding me, dog? I'm pretty sure that when this insurance plan was sold, it was like, oh yeah, if you got a tear in the fabric, whatever, it don't matter. We will fix it, replace it, whatever. So they're basically attempting to shaft us out of needing to repair this particular couch. Why? I don't know, because as far as I know, it was sold to us as, yo, we'll replace whatever damage there is. So maybe we'll have to look into the fine print and see exactly what it says. That way we can see, okay, it was in the contract, but I know that it was sold as, yo man, we will replace it if whatever damage happens, okay? So for now, they shall remain nameless. But it is only a matter of time before this gets resolved, does not get resolved. And then, as the Rodcast keeps it real always, we will keep it real and let you guys know how exactly it turns out. Because I might even say, okay, I'm gonna go undercover here. And I'm gonna say, look what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna go act like I'm gonna buy another couch. Maybe not me, maybe the moderator. Because they might recognize me. And I can't walk into that business with a mask on because that's already suspect. So somebody will go and they will be all like, yo, I would like to buy a couch, dear sir. Probably not using that language, but go in, try and buy a couch, and then they will be sold the bill of goods of, oh, would you like this insurance plan that will do this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then they will be asked about that insurance plan, and then we'll see what happens. Because, bros, if you're selling me a bill of goods, it better be those goods when I need them. You can't just say, oh yeah, nah. That, you see that one thread that was right there? Clearly, manufacturer's defect. But that don't make any sense to me. But what do I know? I'm only an honest man. What do I know? Well, I don't remember the actual wording, bro. So that's why. I mean, because what these homies say and what they... Ooh, that was a bite, but I think I waited too long. What these homies say and what they actually do are usually two different things. And that's the problem. In this world, it is no longer pressing flesh, handshake deals, and be like, yeah, we got you, dog. If we say whatever, then it is whatever. Now it's all like, okay, I'm gonna say whatever, but it's gonna be so long that when they need to come back and be all like, hey, you said whatever, we're gonna be like, yo, it says in the paper. So if it does say that, then, well, maybe the lesson is don't trust what people tell you. Read the fine print. Though I don't read, so the lesson is do not get that insurance and just say, forget about it, dog. Let me keep my cash. And this is not a like a local brand or anything like this. This is a nationwide brand. So this nationwide brand, you figure that they'd be more, oh yeah, our bad. But it almost seems like they're saying, yo, we're two different companies. There's the insurance company and then there's the nationwide brand. And they're all like, well, we haven't contacted the nationwide brand back after we got the word from the so-called insurance company. Couch insurance? Who gets couch insurance? Dummies, that's who. But either way, I'm hung up on something. I might have to break this off. Well, who gets couch insurance, guys? Dum-dums. I'm gonna have to get free. And oh, you son of a fish. So I got free, dudes. As soon as I popped off, the textbook bite came. But it was a little dude. At least that's what I'll tell myself. The textbook bite came after I popped off that whatever I was stuck on. But it was textbook. Well, I mean, potentially false advertisement, but see, here's the thing. Like, how do you prove any of that? Because they're just gonna be all like, we never said that. And I'll be like, bro, it was employee 457. I'll be like, oh yeah, they don't work here anymore. And I'll be like, well, employee 457 needs to have a word with me. You mother... I need employee 457's information. But, wáchalo, bros. Wáchalo, puro tiny. So you see what I'm saying, bros? If they have a influx of employees, then they're all like, yo, dudes, he doesn't work here, she doesn't work here, whatever the case may be, and blah, blah, blah. So it's hard to prove it. It's hard to prove it, guys. And again, it should just be old school style where we all agree to something. I've paid, and they say, sir, we will honor our commitment. Case in point, Bass Pro Shop. Their commitment was 1 year. But then when the moderator got the runaround from a couple of their employees saying it was 10 and then 1 and then whatever, they didn't say, oh, that's your problem. They said, oh, that's our bad. We're gonna fix it. We'll make it right and we'll hook you up this one time. Okay, hats off to Bass Pro Shop. I will be continuing my business there because that is a respectable business that is just, you know, they're like, look, we made the mistake, we understand. But this other company, who shall be nameless still. Oh, you might get sung to, bro. Is Colin talking about baseball? What's going on here? All right, guys, I don't have maps. I'm assuming that I'm throwing over here and it just gets a little shallow. All right, we are in 12 feet. I'm gonna go home tonight and see if I could just download them to an SD card and then see if it shows up that I'm allowed to download them. I don't know. Faith, as long as you don't have your imaginary wife and family with you, there will be no reason for me to sing in the direction of your family. So, I think you're safe, dog. But I cannot promise that because I did do some meatloafing today. And, you know, nobody knows exactly what that means in the real world. But I did do some meatloafing. All right, so there's definitely grass out there. Well, that's good. Now, where are the BBLs? Well, just say that your imaginary family, you went on a trip away from them or something, bro. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. He's not cruising with his imaginary family. Which, for the record, I hope they're doing well. I hope they are doing well. The dogs are here? Are these real dogs or fake dogs, bro? I can't tell anymore. I'm losing touch with reality. We've been on the water for 30 times 2 plus some double-digit number of consecutive days of fishing. I'm losing touch with reality, bro. 24, this might be 19 days of, so it might be 30 times 2 plus 19 days of consecutive fishing. It's getting very close to insanity. Yeah, I got some Johnny Moore spinning reels, bro. I got the Signature Series ones, and they seem a bit heavy, but maybe I'm just a wuss. So, to me, they seem a little heavy. I don't know. Puro babies aquí, bro. I'm in a nursery. That baby came off. I am in a moon. This is an area where you will fit in, dog. Puro babies. And not because you only catch baby fish, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you are a baby. You can hang out in this little nursery here. Washalo, bro. Always looking out for you, dog. Also, I think they'll change your diaper here. I refuse to, so maybe the fine fish here at this location will change your diaper. Ah, so the dogs are real. Okay, finally something is real. Okay. He's a little bigger, but not by much. Dang, bro, he was doing a beeline to my trolling motor. This is still daycare. Hey, Bato, that's my worm. Don't be like that. This is still daycare central. Daycare central, bro. I'm trying to get away from this daycare. I'm maneuvering my boat in a different location. But I'm just throwing a 1/4 ounce shaky head, a football shaky head, with a Berkeley Max Hit Worm, also known as Mr. Wiggles' Descendants. All right. It's puro simple fishing right here, guys. Nothing too fancy. Just trying to get it near the grass or in the grass. I gotta walk back and forth because my maps ain't working. But I mean, that's the oddest thing, because my maps don't work, but the waypoints are being shown over here, so I don't get it. If I didn't have Ethernet connection, then I wouldn't be able to see the waypoints up here. But I do have Ethernet connection, enough for the waypoints, unless the waypoints are being sent through NMEA. So that's a possibility. So I retract my statement. Potentially, they're being sent through a different network or different means. It's all chiquitos right here, bro. But at some point in time, they go from chiquitos to BBLs, or at least Little Johns. I don't know when that time is. It's like the bell rings and all the little ones leave. And then the big ones start showing up. They're like, yo, what's up? We're the bullies of the hood. Go behind top of the river. Isn't behind top of the river a parking lot? Or are you talking about where the docks are? Because that's all perspective here, bro. If you're talking about the entrance and then behind it, then you're talking about the dock area at top of the river. So I'm tracking, but I just want to make sure. ¿Qué pues? What's up with all these chiquitos, bro? For those of you who are not bilingual, chiquito is small. Okay. We are looking for BBLs. I am looking for a 6-pound fish, guys. A 6-pound fish will pay a $125 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card to somebody watching in the live. We will do a random drawing. That is a bounty that we have self-imposed. It is usually a $25 bounty on a BBL Plus, but through the sheer act of kindness of the last 3 winners paying it forward and a subscriber just saying, you know what, I'm gonna add 25 to that to make it a round number. Well, to make it a hundo. But then the guy who won the hundo said, yo, let's make it a $125. So that is how we got to a $125, guys. And we are hoping to pay it out. We just need to catch a 6-pounder. That's why we just kind of slow roll. We ain't worried about it. We're here to catch one good one. All right, so Al is saying that he believes that waypoints are shared by the Ethernet. So that doesn't make any sense, dude. I mean, not your statement, but if I can't see the waypoints, or if I can't see the waypoints, then that means I have communication through the Ethernet with the fish finder in the console. So why can I see that but not? And I'm glad you told me that you're not 100 years old, Al. I know you're a grandpa, dog, but I never expected you to be 100. But I'm glad you let us know that you are not 100. Little Juans are nalgas. Bro, I'm with you on that. We are here for the BBLs, the BBL pluses. This is the home of the BBL, guys. We are in search. There's already a bite. Ah, that guy felt a little, what the? There must be a school right there because it came off and then I got bit again and then it came off again and I got bit again. There must be a school of chiquitos right there and they just all want to take a nibble. Well, that's a little bigger than, that is what I'm saying, guys. Like at some point in time, it changes from little Juans to bigger fish. So still a little Juan, but not as little. That is a terrible, terrible placement of that worm. But I'm just gonna get back out there, or at least I'm gonna attempt to, or not. What in the flip? All right, So that is a terrible setup right there. But I want to get out there while these guys are cruising by. He must have had homies with him, or he was just really hungry, because I got bit, it came off. I got bit a second time, came off. Oh, no show is here. Okay, so waypoints can be shared over both, but then I don't even know, bros. Cubo no show. What's up, brother? And I say that with the passing of the Hulkster. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna switch over to a jig in a little bit. That way maybe we can raise up the size of fish. Increase, as they say in English. Travis, glad you got out there and caught some, bro. There's a bite. That seems to be an okay one. Running at me 100 miles an hour, but I got a faster reel, dog. Come get it, dog. I'm good. Come get it, dog. I'll race you. Probably still a little Juan. For those of you guys who do not know, little Juans are anything below 3 pounds. This guy might be a little John-ish. That is a very light fish right there. Those guys must be cruising. Where are you guys cruising from? What brings you to town? Pick on some little baits? That did not go as far as I wanted it to. bottom of the 8th in 1 hour and 40. What are you talking about, bro? Oh, we're talking about raining. Raining and the duration of a baseball game. Oh, check it out, bros. I can hook you up. You guys don't gotta watch me until, well, you guys let me know. You wanna watch that? Or do you wanna watch the cast and potential catch? It's up to you guys. I'm here to please. You guys do whatever you wanna do. It is totally up to you guys, however you want to play this. My brother's washing some clothes. Oh. Sometimes he watches while he's doing dishes. Other times he watches while he's washing clothes. Jonathan, I'm assuming that you are not suggesting that right now. Because I will not be doing that right now with a limited amount of sunlight that we have. Ah, washalo. All right, so my brother comes in here with jokes. talking about he was gonna wash his clothes on his washboard abs. But this is the same vato who said he was gonna do 20 push-ups and he didn't. So, you know. Faith, I said it right before I read your comment, dog. Yes, that is my brother who said he was going to do the 20 push-ups, and he didn't. He did not do the 20 push-ups. Though he claimed he could, he did not do them. He was adamant about the fact that he could. Like, wait, I could do 20 push-ups. I do like 40. And Kimmy was all like, when? Like in an entire week? Or what are we talking about here? And for those of you guys who are not, or who are new to the game, Kimmy is the one who keeps my brother in line. I'm moving just a little bit. Again, we ain't got maps, so we're just kind of walking around back and forth. Yeah, Doc, he did I'll say a strong 19 maybe. And then on the 19th one, I think it's lactic acid started to kick in, and it was either lactic acid or reality started to kick in, and he's like, uh-oh, I don't think I can do the 20. So, Jonathan, yesterday we went and fished the bridge over there by top of the river. And that's where we caught a BBL plus. So, we did go over there, dog. You just might not have seen that episode. We went over there by the hotel, fished the riprap, and then we fished the bridge. But it was nowhere near 5 o'clock, so we couldn't order any celebratory meals at that point in time. Oh, I need to remind you guys about that subscriber giveaway. It happens tomorrow, dudes, at 5 p.m. Central. All you got to do is be a subscriber and put a comment in the 3.5K subscriber giveaway video. It's that easy. So easy that you could go tell your homies. And even your homies could enter that. As long as they subscribe, then they're good to enter. No strings attached, bros. We're not like these other companies. I mean, I'm not a company, but these companies that got all these kinds of, oh no, that tore at the seam, so that's not our problem. I think I'm gonna put on Don's chatterbait. I gotta find it. I'm gonna take off this deep diver and put on Don's chatterbait. This is what we gotta do, guys. Since we lost uni, we now have to alternate between rods here, or baits, on a single rod. I mean, in theory, I could probably put it on one of these. And it'll probably do just fine. Oh, I guess my chat wasn't updating. Yeah, he only did 20. I did do 20 push-ups. Not even full extensions either. Just saying. That's what I was saying, Faith. I was like, bro, you're not even doing a full push-up. Creel is agreeing with him, but Creel will agree with him just to disagree with me. Did I use a mini max or a baby jack? Negative. Bro, we know you're a bridge troll, but you can't say that's your spot, dog. I ain't never seen you there. You gotta be able, you gotta go fishing in order for you to hope to say, yeah, that's my spot. They're blowing up over here, guys, but from the looks of it, those are smaller fish. I will put on Don's chatterbait, I guess, as I slowly work this bait right here. No big deal. There are BBLs that lurk in this area, guys. What the f... Do you even fish, bro? That's the question. Do you even fish? I'm like a magician, dog. Look at that. Do you even fish, dog? So if you got a photo of a fish from 40 years ago and you say, yo, I fish all the time, well, that ain't the same, dog. All right, chatterbait is about to get out there. Okay, this one's soaked enough. Well, I guess we let it soak more than enough. We let it soak quite a bit. This fool was probably just looking at him. He's like, what you doing in my hood, dog? You just gotta let it soak, players. That's it. You gotta let it soak. That's all. This is probably still a little Juan, at least in terms of this channel. This right here is probably a little Juan. We'll just put a scale to it just to see. Just to see. We know it ain't a big one. We know it ain't a BBL, so what do we care? But we just doing our thing here. You guys saw how long I let that soak right there. That soaked. That soaked for a long time. This is a little Juan. It is a verified little Juan. Huh. Well, so I'm looking right here, Mike, and I see your statement here that I better do something, that I better put the crankbait underneath them. But I will assure you that I will not be better doing anything that anyone tells me other than the chief and my dad. So appreciate the input, but the phrasing might be a little bit off-putting. The better portion of that. Because what stands before you is a grown man who only takes orders like that from his mom and dad and potential aunts and uncles. But I don't think you're my unk, dog. And I know you ain't my jefe. So potentially just a little bit of a phrasing issue. So I ain't tripping. I'm just saying that as it was read, it was a little bit, what? What? So my brother bought himself a swim bait. Oh, he's gonna get it stuck in like 3 casts. On a budget, can you be a contender? So here's the thing, dog. It gets a little bit dicey because if you do not have forward-facing sonar, that is probably the real contender portion of it, because like these other guys are more than likely going to use it. So you probably have to have very intimate knowledge of whatever lake you are fishing. Now, dude, I'm gonna tell you that I go into these tournaments and I fish around and find out, and I found out that they were whooping my butt. But you see, dog, I go into it with a different mentality. Some of these guys, and this is not right or wrong, but some of these guys, they go into the tournament and they are not concerned one bit as to whether their co-angler has water to fish or anything like that. Like, they don't care about the direction that the back of the boat is or whatever the case may be. But I have a different perspective where I'm like, look, dude, it's just fishing. I'm gonna try and make sure that there's fishable water for me and the person that I'm fishing with. So, I mean, this is the pro tournaments with co-anglers and stuff, where the co-anglers are competing against each other and not me. Oh, it's all good, Mike. That's why I said it's possible it was just a phrasing issue. So that's why I didn't even trip. I just stated what I stated, and then we just went from there. So yeah, dude, it just depends on whether, like, do you know this lake hardcore or whatever? Because, dude, I'm telling you, dudes don't need to know the lake. They just need to take their instrumentation, and I'm not for or against it. I'm just saying they need to take their instrumentation, and like right here, I'm just casting around and I'm looking for these fish. But a person could just show up right here and be like, bam, bzz, zap them. But they could also know where they're at and still not catch them. So it's not a cut and dry kind of situation. It's just, it helps you. It aids you a lot. So it just depends on. Now, I mean, you could enter the local tournament. Hey, don't be freaking spinning up there. You could enter the local tournaments and just kind of try the ones that are not a hardcore like entry fee. Because, dude, there's some pros that enter this tournament here. It's like I don't know what it's called, like a Sunday afternoon. I don't know if it's a low pro or I don't know why it's called, whatever it's called. But they'll enter this, and I'm talking about, you're seeing guys that are good fishermen here entering a $50 entry fee tournament. I'm like, what? So, you know, like, they're out there. I don't know if they're trying to keep sharp or whatever the case is, but they are out there cruising and fishing with the vatos that are just, you know, out there having a good afternoon and want to enter the tournament. But that tournament, you enter knowing that pros can enter, and that's just life. So, you know, it's all how you want to get down, bro. So some of these tournaments, you also cannot enter them. There's a minimum like boat length requirement, but that's more like on the pro side. So I don't know if other tournaments have that stipulation. I don't even know what this bait is that you speak of, bro. Not one exists in the Tackle Tavern, so I will take your word for it. Hey, relax, Don's Chatterbait. Don't be spinning like a maniac. You're gonna get me some line twist. Oh, it's all good, Faith. You can send me an email whenever, bro. Gmail. And we could chit chat behind the scenes, dudes. Now, I will only give you a one person's insight. It is not definitive. It is not the gospel. It is just one person's experience. And I will just tell you, hey man, this is what I've seen, what I've experienced. What is this guy saying? Walk Rocky. Have you fished in New Mexico Bass Nation tournaments? No, sir. The only thing that I fished in New Mexico back in the day was the American Bass Anglers or something like that. And initially I fished it without a boat. And then after that, I got a boat. And then my boat broke down in one of those tournaments. And so I didn't fish for a while. And I stopped entering those tournaments. So I haven't. Now I fished plenty of the lakes in New Mexico, but I have not fished any. It was the ABA. Oh wait, no, that was another one. There used to be a team trail that would just go to Elephant Butte and Elephant Butte only. I forgot what that was called, but I did fish those, and I would go fishing with a friend of mine who is not an avid fisherman, but anyways, we would just go fishing because I needed a teammate, so I hit him up. And I will tell you this story as we are going into the twilight hour. This dude, like, he was on a couple tournaments, bros. I would turn around and I would see him asleep on the chair in the back. I was like, what the heck? But he was trying to get with some chick and blah, blah, blah. So he stayed out late the night before and all this other stuff, which I didn't appreciate because I'm like, dude, you know we got a tournament. What is your deal? I think it was like a $200 entry and whatever. And the funny part is that anytime this vato caught a fish, we didn't win anything. Anytime he didn't catch a fish, okay, that's when we would have cashed a check. Like that guy, he was chasing some chick, ended up not being a good deal for him, but either way, he was chasing some chick, and it was all like, all right, dude, I guess it's HOB time. And we just kind of fished it, and I mean, but the vato is all smiles in the check cashing pictures. So you know. what would you bring at the butte this time of the year? So I would be fishing. I have a video out there, dog. One of my older videos of fishing Elephant Butte. I would be fishing jerk baits on those really steep bluffs. So I forgot what it's called. It's near the, I mean, it's not, what is it called? It is a very deep bluff. I mean, if you send me an email, I will send you coordinates to wherever I was fishing, because what it does, dude, is it goes, there's some areas that are kind of shallow. There's some areas that are kind of shallow right there, and then they go deep, and they go deep fast, bro. They don't, like that drop is drastic, and you'll catch smallmouth and stuff right there. You could run a square bill, but from the, oh, so maybe these are the BBLs coming to say hi. I tried to throw Don's chatterbait, but I went back to the shaky head. Hola, chica, ¿cómo estás? So let's land this real quick. And these are the BBLs that are here, but we just gotta go extremely slow, guys. And it don't make for good watching, but results-wise, they are here. So, I mean, we just gotta go slow, homies. And again, it don't make for good watching. I mean, we can have a conversation, but it don't make for good watching. So yeah, dude, if you send me an email to latinbassassin@gmail.com, I will send you the coordinates to those locations. Puro BBL aquí, bro. This is not a BBL plus, but this is definitely a BBL. And there we go, guys. Comfort Hump delivering as we knew she would. There it is. BBL in the house. Thank the good Lord. We got ourselves a BBL. They're here, dogs. You just gotta go super. You gotta do it like I forgot the dude's name, but you gotta do it all despacito. I forgot what his name is, but you gotta go out there and you gotta be despacito. So yeah, dude, I would also throw a jerkbait around there. Oh, thank you very much, John. So that fish weighed 4 pounds, 6 ounces. Puro BBL, bro. On that shaky head. Very, very slow. Oh, here, let me let you guys see the sunset, because that's probably a better look, because it's getting dark. But dude, this area right here, now that the grass is starting to come in, because there was no grass here before, the grass is starting to come in a lot better. peace out, Krill. At least you got to see that BBL, dog. Washalom. Some girl just came and gave you a devil's cake. Well, that's not weird at all. So yeah, young blood, in case you're still watching, what do you call it? I would catch a lot of smallmouth. It was fun. Some decent size. Largemouth. It was good times. I'm not gonna say it was great times because that lake can get tough, but it was good times. Because I'm telling you, bro, I would come over here to Guntersville and we would have the time of our lives catching fish left and right. Me and Stash and No Show Libre. We would catch fish, and then I would go back to New Mexico, and it'd be like, oh, I'm super chingon at fishing. Let me go show Elephant Butte what's up. And then when I went to Elephant Butte showed me what's up. And I was like, dang, dog, you ain't got no love for me. Man, I really wish I had my maps, dogs. If my maps was good, I'd be able to see this area just a little bit better. I mean, we make do with what we got. I'm gonna eventually start throwing Don's chatterbait again, but see, in the same area, I mean, I'm sure that we could just, I mean, I've done it before. You show up in the mornings, handle them. Show up in the afternoon, handle it. During the day, it does get a little tough. You can get on them. I mean, we've done it before. But it does get a little tougher. I mean, we've been here fishing with no maps. And we just lined it up a certain way, and they were basically underneath us at that point in time. Bro, I made it a point to never fish Butte in the winter. I tried. And I could never catch a fish in Elephant Butte in the winter. Never have I, like in November, whatever, you're good. You can catch them. But when it turned December, January, bro, I was not going to that lake. That would have been suffering for no reason. It was cold. I was not prepared for, I didn't have cold gear. I didn't have all that other stuff. So that would have definitely been suffering for no reason. Now I did go to Caballo, oddly enough, in the winter. Dude, and how does that make me a spoiled brat, bro? Guntersville gave me the bites, and then I went to, it's like when you go and you spend the night at someone's house and their parents let them do whatever they want. And you're like, yeah, this is awesome, woo! And then when you come back to your parents' house, they're like, what are you doing? Oh, over there at their house, they were allowed to blah, blah, blah. And they're like, this ain't their house. So start following the rules of this house. So that's basically what it was. I went back home, and at Elephant Butte, I was all like, oh yeah, I'm about to catch 1 billion fish. And it was like, what are you doing? I'm trying to catch 1 billion fish like I did over there in Guntersville? Yeah, well, this ain't Guntersville. So start suffering. I'm like, dang, cool. I guess I'll suffer. Oh yeah, Travis, but we were talking about 2 different winters, bro. Winter in the desert is, we're talking about a deep water. This is like 100 foot deep when it's got water. Of course, there's droughts and whatever, but it is crazy. Now, if you guys think I lose a lot of jigs and stuff, well, you guys should have seen over there in Elephant Butte, because I will give credit to Elephant Butte for upping my jig game when it comes to rocks and stuff, and my Texas rig game, because, dudes, all these lakes are rocks and dirt, rocks and dirt, rocks and dirt, rocks and dirt. Maybe one stick somewhere, but it's all rocks and dirt. So it all is rocks and dirt and looks all the same. It is not like this area here. Here, you got grass, you got trees, you got laydowns, you got this, that, and the other. Over there, you got boulders, which when you've got boulders, you just have hang-ups. You get hung up, you got all this other problems. These boulders over here, bro, that's like child's play. The riprap, just picture the riprap, and that's the lake basically everywhere, but also not, because there's just areas that have no rock and it's just sand. And of course, you just got to find the transitions and whatever and hope that they're there. But it is still, it's crazy over there. It's like a different ball game. Like, I can't go to a spot and be like, oh yeah, look, I got some grass here. Let's fish this. It's got grass. Nah, bros. It's crazy over there. So, see, Al would know because I think they have, well, so it still is a little different because you guys have like laydowns, trees that fall in and whatever, brush piles, this, that, and the other. Over there in the desert, there might be somebody who threw some brush piles, but like in the desert, what you see on top is what's underneath. Rock, desert, blah, blah, blah. Now, Bassmaster did go and fish a Bassmaster Elite maybe over there at Elephant Butte, but that's when it had water. And then the fluctuation of the water changes. So what you want to fish, let's say you fished an area that was like your go-to area. And in February, March, you fish it. You're like, dude, this is where they hang out. They got, you know, it's got the structure, whatever, for the fish to hold. Well, come March, when the farmers need the water, well, that structure will still be there, except it's going to now be 20 feet above water. It will be out of the water and you're gonna be all like, well, looks like I've got to adjust. And then, depending on how much, see, because here, you guys talk about current generation and blah, 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 and oh, the fish aren't biting because the current isn't moving and, you know, all the textbook stuff. So all that makes sense, and I'm not dismissing it. But what I'm saying is, in Elephant Butte, when you got current generation, there is nothing coming in from the other side. So what you have is depletion of water level. So you're now like, you can go there, you could do a pre-fish the week before, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna fish these areas. And then when you go back the next week, you're like, that's interesting. The area that I was fishing is now pretty much out of water or very close. So, I mean, sure, we can recite textbook and say, well, then they've moved to the next closest point or closest structure, this, that, and the other. But I'm gonna tell you guys, was I looking for that when I went out there for my pre-fish? No, because I didn't expect it. But then all of a sudden, when you get there, you're like, ooh, bro, that's kind of cool. I am now fishing land. So it's, this lake, it does drop like a little bit, and they'll drop it for rain, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But dude, the Butte, whatever your map was saying, I mean, there could be hazards under the water that were not, I mean, they were there, but they used to be fishable. And now you're like, yo, I'm afraid that my boat is gonna make contact with one of these areas. So it's like, I mean, this lake is totally different, bro. This is like a stress-free lake here. I don't gotta worry about, I mean, at most ramps, I don't gotta worry about the ramp not being underwater anymore. I don't gotta worry about cruising in, and every time I put my boat up, I end up almost hitting my prop or something like that. It's this, I just go to a ramp and I'm like, all right, let's go fish around and find out, whatever. Over there, dog, it is a pain in the butt. Yeah, so Al, that's why I said, Al, you would have somewhat of an understanding of what that's like, because when I've gone, because I've fished that multiple times, bro, Clark's Hill, and I've seen it at different levels. I've seen it where like I can walk from where it was just the bank, and I could walk all the way to some island that I should not have been able to walk there anymore. I walked through one of those blow-throughs, and I could walk all the way to that island. But I've also seen it where it's full, and I'm like, what just happened here, bro? I used to fish from these areas and whatever. So you understand that due to the fluctuation and whatever. That is That is a lot like what I'm talking about. So yes, Al, we are brothers in suffering. Let's call it that, because that is just, I mean, to not be able to like count on some kind of water level, it's weird. It's difficult. It's dumb. But I don't control the generation of the water. So anyways, you're right, Al. Some of those docks are out of water. And you're like, what the heck? How am I supposed to fish this? I was coming over here to do that, and I can't now. So it's crazy, dude. But this place here, that's true, bro. At Elephant Butte, that boat ramp, dude, it is one of the longest boat ramps you'll ever see in your life. I was like, what the heck? They sometimes close marinas because there is not enough water at the dam. It's just, I mean, you just got to deal with it. You got to deal with it, but over here, bro, like, and maybe this is my total ignorance, right? These guys will ask me, they'll be all like, hey, is the water level up or down? And I was like, I don't know. Seems normal, seems the same. But I don't really look for that because it's like a foot deviation to me is not, I mean, to the fish, it might be a big deal, but to me, I'm all like, dog, a foot deviation, that don't mean nothing to me. I've seen this deviate like ridiculous, so. So I'm just thankful that I'm here, bro, because it is a whole different ball game. I mean, if you guys saw me fishing at Elephant Butte, it would be 40 times worse. 40,000 times worse. You guys would be like, I'm not even sure this guy's caught a fish in 3 days. But I would, it's just they would be so far between. It was to the point, bro, that when I would go to the Butte, if I didn't wake up at the earliest hour to get there, then we would consider I'm talking about before the sun was even out. I gotta be on the water to my spot in order to have a shot to catch fish, either on top water or just even catch that flurry of the morning bite. Because once that stopped, bro, it was a grind. It was a grind between finding them, catching them, getting your lures out, all that stuff. It was just a frustration that you wouldn't believe. Here, if I get stuck in grass, whatever, bro, I just rip it out. Over there, oh dear God, bro, you're stuck in like 20 or 30 feet and you're like, oh man, I ain't getting that one back. You try, but, and these rocks, these boulders, they were unforgiving, bro. They were freaking Metallica out there, bro. Unforgiving. So then, all right, dude. So if the lake above has control of the fluctuation, why do they let Clark's Hill fluctuate so much? I think, isn't Clark's Hill like, isn't there a power generation, something down below? So they gotta let out water or something? Because, dude, what messed up the what messes up the Elephant Butte is the fact that it's the desert, one, so why are you guys expecting water there? But two, the second thing that messes up Elephant Butte is that the farmers need water. And I'm not saying that that's bad for the farmers, or bad of the farmers. I'm just saying the farmers need water, bro. They need water, and there is also a treaty with Mexico that a certain amount of water needs to be released or something along those lines. But I'm not a politician, so I don't get involved in such things. But yeah, dude, there's certain things that cause it to go down. And then if it doesn't rain or snow in Colorado, then you will not have water or as much come springtime, summertime. Right now, I believe that their water capacity right now is at 4%. So why does the Army Corps of Engineers not let Russell go down, but they will let Clark's Hill go down? I mean, they got a reason. I don't know what it is, but they got a reason. Or at least I hope they got a reason other than because I said so. Because I said so, it's probably not a great reason. But lately, when I've gone over to Clark's Hill, I've been nicely surprised that it has water in it. So I'm like, oh, heck yeah, bruh. Because usually when I go over there, it doesn't have water in it. Oh, Mr. Sevilla just jumps in and says, my Alberto not failed. Lost my X-Wrap. Oh, that's tears, dog. So today we caught one BBL. It was a 4 and change. And we caught ourselves a 36-pound catfish. Colin, I believe this X-Wrap, though, is a saltwater one, though. So yeah, dog, you know, just handling some business. Still looking for that 6-pounder, and I say still as in we caught the 5-pounder yesterday, and it's been one day, but we are still looking for it, which is an accurate statement. Oh yes, I also broke a net. Travis, okay, let's discuss this claim of bad netting performance. Bro, that catfish was massive. I had one arm on my rod and one arm on the net. So I used the fulcrum. I allowed my arm to be underneath it. You're expecting me to pick up, and thank you, Travis. Thank you for thinking that I have guns like this. I probably could have, but you're expecting me to grab the net and, well, I have to position it because here's the thing. I'm holding the net in a fashion so that I could first reach it out. Now I don't know how to do this and shine light on this, but let's see if you guys can see me from this, my silhouette. So this is what I gotta do, dog. I have to reach out the net like this with the net over here on my forearm in order for me to have enough leverage for me to grab that fish. So now this fish is now in this position already, dog. You are expecting me to net it and at this point in time somehow swap so that I could lift it up like this, but I still have my G Loomis in my other hand, dog. So at this point in time, what am I supposed to do? There is no physical way to do that, to flip it, unless I slipped it up and then pulled it like that. Plus, I had my other rods on the deck, so I cannot just pull it up and then let it flop on my rods. So, I mean, it's the best that I could, but I'm gonna make sure that anytime I'm in a high stress situation, Travis, that I defer to you so that you could let me know how I gotta get down. Because to me, I thought about it for a little bit, dog. I was like, well, afterwards, right? Because in the moment we couldn't think about it. But afterwards, I was all like, this is very interesting. How did he say that I didn't net this correctly? So, I mean, that's just food for thought, bro. That's what I thought. But Colin is right. Oh, Colin is right that I did catch like 50 pounds of fish. But, I mean, if somehow you can, the to figure out that physics, bro, well, then let me know how I was supposed to switch hands and stuff like that, because I in one hand, 10 pounds of something in one hand and then my G Loomis in the other, which is a prized possession. How was I supposed to yoink? I don't know, dog, but that could just be me, player. That could be me. That could be my ignorance, my netting ignorance, because you know I don't use nets anyway. I only use them for the species that I don't want to catch, and I don't want to get my hands dirty. So we'll just chalk it up to netting ignorance, bro. I'll take one on the chin and say, okay, I got netting ignorance. But let me go get the truck, homies.
didn't catch them all?
Not all of them, bro. Cash, bro. I didn't catch.
I didn't catch anything.
But we still get out there, right? That's what's up. Oh, shit. Oh, it's the beeping again, guys. Sorry, my bad. Yo, what's up, Mike? What's happening, bro? Sir, sorry I left my lights on. Sorry I left my lights on. I forgot to turn my lights off, guys. My bad. I mean, the ramps are pretty separated, but still, my bad. My alleged Canadian side had to apologize because I didn't feel right. I didn't feel right for leaving them like that. So dudes, we will determine where we go tomorrow. I don't know exactly. We're not gonna think about it too much, but we will figure it out. As we always do. For better or worse, we just get out there, we do our thing, homies. And again, guys, R.I.P. to Hulk Hogan. The vato was a part of a lot of childhoods. All the homies as we grew up. We saw Hulkster doing his thing. And I thank you guys for joining us on the Rodcast. Remember about that subscriber giveaway. We'll be doing it tomorrow, guys. It is the 3.5K subscriber giveaway. All you got to do is be a subscriber and put a comment in the 3.5K video, and you will be entered to win a $50 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. At is Friday. The fish. Casting and catching, yeah. You know how we do, guys. Guys, all have a safe evening, and I appreciate you guys showing up. It is time for us to bid you adieu. Fish around and find out, homies. What is going on here? Let's see what's in the comments. Something about leather gloves. Now I gotta get leather gloves to stick my hands inside of a 36-pound catfish while it's in the water, allowing it to do its death roll and dislocate my wrist or something along those lines. Though I assure you it won't, because, you know, the guns and all. Faith is saying that tomorrow we'll get a 7-pounder. Why, Shiloh, with a 7-pounder? Colin, I know that a lot of catfishing guys would kill for that, but I guess that's the blessing and the curse, bro. I can't, like, I'm not looking for that. And these crappie guys, they catch giant bass, so you know, it's just that's life, I guess. Faith has already. He's volunteered to jump in the water and go get the fish for us. That's kind of cool. I appreciate that. Robbie's talking about his wardrobe. He's tearing up his shirt. Yo, peace out, L, Unlimited, peace, Moon, and the Moodoo, peace out. Peace out, homies. Fish around and find out.